Hey everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all doing well out there and had a really nice weekend. Just another average weekend for me, nice and quiet, kind of chilly, got some good sleeping, sipping on a green smoothie right now. Just kind of planning my week out. Things are kind of going to slow down, you know, with Christmas and what have you. And yeah. But today I want to talk to you about my raw food diet experience and how it may not be relatable and that aha moment. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed, and I got to do this one again, please go down there and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you click on the little bell. Make sure you check send notifications. Man, YouTube, I swear if Instagram made just a few adjustments, I'd bounce from YouTube completely. It's just kind of annoying sometimes, the various little things. Bleeding subscribers again, and I see other people doing that as well. You know, I had a good long conversation with a friend last night, and it makes me really realize how much I miss or how much I need that connection of discussing things with rational, intelligent people. Or basically, I don't discuss anything with anybody, but I need that. I need that energy to feed off of. And even sometimes if it's people where they're not like giving me advice or whatever, it's just a good sounding board. And as I was talking with a friend last night, I just kind of started thinking back over my experience, my raw vegan experience in general, my evolution, and how it's evolved over this past year and a half that I've been in the States. And I kind of came to a conclusion for myself. Like I say, I mean, for me, good conversation. I don't care about babbling with, well, I do sometimes. I don't mind babbling with you about something, but I mean, good conversation just really kind of set my head and said, okay, yeah, this is just where I am right now. People are always asking me, and even when I was in the tropics, they're asking me about, you know, how do you do this? How do you do that? What's a tip for this? What's a tip for that? How do you make this? Blah, blah, blah. And you know, it's almost been like from day one that I speak a foreign language. Then they are communicating to me experience-wise. I don't mean we're all in the same language that I'm talking about, but it's like they just can't relate because and people get frustrated with me, and not just about the food. You know, that video I did yesterday, excuse me, on anger and little things like that, and staying calm and just keeping a positive outbeat and things like that. People constantly send me messages, make comments, want to know, and even people have reached out to me about how to help them get some of this inner peace, or whether it's diet or whatever. And it's like, I don't really know how to, you know, offer that to somebody else. Because first of all, if you're struggling on this diet, now listen to what I'm about to say real close, because you might mix it up if you don't listen real close. If you're struggling on this diet to stay on this diet, you might not have had that aha moment yet. And that aha moment is so crucial in this lifestyle, or it's been so crucial for me. I had kind of aha moments simultaneously with a lot of things, with the food making sense, with me making a profound change in my life, and just my outlook on life. Like, people think I'm joking with them, or people think, okay, that's just too simplistic. Like, okay, for instance, stress. You know, people like, how do you do that? I just decided. About the time I became raw, I decided I don't do stress anymore. Fuck stress. I don't do it. I don't do it. Anxiety is like, to me, anxiety is kind of like a step stool to stress. So any anxiety that I even remotely feel, I observe it and I take care of it right away. So I don't do stress, but people don't, and they don't like my answer sometime when I said no. I decided one day I was going to be happy. I decided one day I was going to be positive, and I wasn't going to speak negatively. I mean, you know, within reason. I'm not perfect. So it just happened profoundly like that. The same thing with the food. The same thing with the food, especially with the food. Now, don't get me wrong. I made a lot of mistakes. When I say it happened immediately, I'm not trying to say I had some flash and I started living this lifestyle perfectly, or I'm even doing it the right way. But it made sense. And the struggle, there wasn't a struggle. I guess what I'm saying is like I did things out of not having education on this lifestyle at the time or not having the experience at the time. But there wasn't any wavering. There wasn't this back and forth of like, oh God, I did this. It was just me diligently moving forward because I had had that profound moment. Everything changed. Everything changed just like that. So another reason, you know, since I've been here and I'm trying to size this thing up, I've been in the States now for a year and a half. And some people do find me a little bit more relatable, but even doing the States thing, I don't know how relatable I am because I figured something else out last night. This is not me. I'm in a foreign land. Even though I was born here, I kind of feel like, I told my friend too, I feel like the same as the legend of Tarzan, you know, Lord Greystoke. I think as the original story goes, you know, he was marooned on an island with his parents, who were obviously wealthy English aristocrats, and the parents died and he was raised by the apes. Well, eventually, I don't know the whole story, somebody came, you know, had been searching, blah, 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 found him in the jungle, took him back home to civilization, where he was known as Lord Greystoke. That's exactly what I feel like, man, just to a T. I was born in the tropics. Let that sink into your head for a minute. Not my physical birth when I was born, but I was reborn in the tropics. I was born into this plant-based lifestyle in the tropics. I was born into the raw vegan lifestyle in the tropics. There was no effort. There never was an effort because from day one, I mean, you know, imagine going vegan or raw vegan in the Garden of Eden in Mecca with everything right there. I've told you guys, I couldn't even walk the streets of San Jose, and even if I just wasn't paying attention to where I was going, I'd stumble into fruit. Bam, oh shit, there's some fruit over there. Oh, look at all those pineapples hanging over there. Look at all those papayas this guy's got on a cart over here. Ooh, look at the guy going down the road in his little pulley cart, and he's selling fresh coconut juice. So, I mean, coconut water juice. So, yeah, I was spoiled. Yeah, and I got a view, and that's what shaped me. That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm just basically eating bananas. I'm on kind of a holding pattern, and it's not that what am I trying to say? I don't want it to be a negative emotion. It's not like I'm like, oh God, I hate being here. I got to get out of here. Quite the opposite. Through adversity comes lessons, and I'm always trying to take lessons. Always trying to take lessons. Telling my friend last night, even as I went through this for the past 4 months, and you know, not knowing what the hell's going on, I got through that kind of stuff by every day going over that gratitude list. Every day, what I was thankful for. I'm not even going to try to say, ooh, this is the way to do it. I'm just kind of hanging on until a couple of things pop, and I can get back home, or a couple of things pop, and I can have fruit, you know, what I want sent to me, or I can go visit and have little fruit vacations. But yeah, I'm just in holding pattern here in the States, and quite honestly, after a year and a half, I will continue to see what lessons I can learn from this. One thing these are doing, even though it's not my necessarily experience, I am finding how to relate a little bit better in the States, but still it's not terribly relatable because, see, you might be planning on, like as you're sitting there, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to be here where I am for the next, maybe you're going to live there the rest of your life, or at least you're going to be there for quite a long time. So I understand, and you want to figure out how to do it the best way there. That's not my mind. That's not my mindset. I'm in survival mentality. I'm just like, let's keep it up to, you know, even the cooked food I eat. I know it's not optimal for me, and I don't get into that debate, you know, what's optimal for everybody. But no, I'm not at my top, but that's okay. I'm just kind of trying to stay at a certain level until I go home and I shake off all this civilization and I become myself again. And I eat like I want to eat. And I don't have to, like, you know, make everything about bananas. You know, I think if this, and once again, if I hadn't gone to the States, let's just say I had done one of my normal trips when I left, and then I went back to Costa Rica and I was living there right now, the way my evolution was going, I would likely be living on mostly mono meals. because, you know, I was dialed in. I had all the fruit, and as in my evolution and in the way my path has progressed, those last 6 months there, it was just fruit and good salads, because I got mad greens, you know, for cheap price. So it was just, you know, like eating like massive amounts, and that's how I like to eat. If you want variety, go for all your variety. And I do like variety. I do like different fruits. Believe me, when I'm in the tropics, I ain't eating just 1 or 2 fruits, but I'm animalistic. I come across something and it's good at that time. When the mangoes are good, that's my #1 priority. I'm just eating lots of mango meals. I get a little tired of that. I'm eating papaya meals, but yeah, I don't have my tools. You know, I left my tool chest back home, and I'll always try to, and that's why I say even the rest of the time I'm going to be here and my friend coming to visit me, and I'm going to try to, you know, develop some more relatable recipes for people to use around here. But yeah, Lord Greystoke's just ready to go back home, shed off all this stuff and be back home in the jungle. So anyhow, I can help you to a certain extent, but you've got to have that aha moment. And only you can know. Go get up from this video. Go look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Have I had that aha moment? Or am I just kind of like, if you haven't had that aha moment, all the programs, all the steps, all the tips in the world aren't going to do a thing for you. It's got to connect. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.